Welcome to Security Check. Today we continue with the deck lists for our BT17 tournament. We have 8 left. We are going through 4 of them today. They are MirageGaogamon, TyrantKabuterimon, Imperialdramon, and the DNA Omnimon deck.
Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And consider becoming a channel member to help us out.
Yeah, let's start with the MirageGaogamon. This might be the oldest deck.
Yeah.
TyrantKabuterimon is also here, but...
Yeah, they're kind of the oldest. Yeah. Well, you could say Mastamon is an even older deck, but
yeah, that's true.
But
that's true.
Mastamon as this kind of deck is not that old.
Yeah. MirageGaogamon has been here from BT13 as like this version. There is no new cards from BT17 or from BT or what EX6.
Yeah. The Gaogamon is the newest card.
Yeah, the only BT16 card. So this is really old deck.
Yeah, but it still works. It's still annoying to play against, and sometimes you just get MirageGaogamon and they just OTK you on turn 3 or something.
Yeah. I only play 4 jamming inherits because I think it's too many to play like 2 to 4 rookies with jamming inherits. Also, it's just...
But that is something you could do.
Yeah,
we have seen done.
Yeah, but that's the worst feeling when you have Bukamon and then you go to like Biomon and then to Gaomon or Gaogamon and then you are like, I have triple jamming. And so that feels bad, and that's why I don't play jamming inherit rookies. I value the Searcher Gaomon much more because sometimes, or the biggest problem with this deck is that you lose to yourself and you don't find your pieces. So with the Searcher, you have ways to find your pieces.
Yeah.
Then we play the BT13 MirageGaogamon because it works against Tyrant and it works against Magnon X and any blocker or redirect.
Yeah.
So that's where we are playing that.
You can still attack like through your opponent's redirections. So.
Yeah. Sometimes I miss the blocker effect from the BT11 MirageGaogamon, but that's that. You can't have them all, or you could cut one Pseudomonace and one BT13 MirageGaogamon and play 2 of the blockers, but then you will not be able to run past the walls that easily or that consistently.
And you probably want to run past the walls.
Yeah, and Pseudomonace is probably the best level 5 ace we have.
Probably, yeah.
It's just so powerful. I play in my deck the one BT4 MirageGaogamon because it MirageGaogamon because it can't be blocked. So you can just finish your game from your Pseudomonaces or the MirageGaogamon from BT EX4. So yeah. Then just million memory boost and trainings and 6 Thomas and you're good to go. Of course, add your burst mods too.
Yeah, it's a deck that I'm really tired at this point.
Yeah, let's see if Bandai hits it in the next week's ban and restriction list announcements.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
And Mirage is facing off against TyrantKabuterimon, which can be a tricky matchup because there's so much unaffected by opponents' Digimon effects.
Yeah.
But Tyrant is also one of those decks that can kind of lose to itself if you don't find your pieces, and if you don't find your Tyrant, you're kind of like meh.
Screwed.
Meh deck.
Yeah. But Tyrant also can adopt the new Imperialdramon Paladin mode that can just end games.
Yeah.
So, and if you like played Shivamon with your Tyrant effect, you can just blast on top of that.
Yeah.
And you still have your wall there.
Indeed.
This is a solid deck. It's not the tier 1 deck that I hoped it was, but the new MirageGaogamon is really solid and expensive. So
It gives you more aggression with the inherit also.
yeah,
So-
it really does.
And that was one of TyrantKabuterimon's problems.
It's so slow.
Yeah, it was like, even if it got to TyrantKabuterimon, it wasn't able to end the games in like fast enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't fast enough in ending the games, and then your opponent could find answers to things you were doing.
Yeah, and that's why I nowadays play 3 of the Kuwakamon X antibodies, because it gives you piercing.
Yeah.
And the Kuwakamon promo is really solid still. And really expensive also. This is like secretly expensive because your boss monster is like cheap as heck, but then your Tentomons and promo Kuwagas and promo MirageGaogamon are expensive as heck. And Imperialdramon Paladin mode ain't that cheap also. So
Yeah, it's one of those strange decks where your boss monster doesn't make your like wallet cry.
yeah. By the way, I have 4 of them on card market, so link in description. Then the next deck that we are going to take a look is Imperialdramon, adopting also the Paladin mode.
Yeah, and the new option.
Yeah, the return to Prime something.
Return to Progenitor or something along those lines. I can't remember the name of the card. I hate it already, so.
Yeah, it feels like so weird that it's a card that does what it does.
Return to the Primogenitor.
Primogenitor. Something like that.
Yeah.
But it's like normally you're happy to delete your opponent's stuff, but against this you're like, okay, I deleted it. Oh, I didn't. Oh, they get value from it.
Yeah, and somehow the option at the same time is like this wannabe scramble card, or like you can evolve your level 5 or higher to a free trait for a cost reduced by 4. So you can make your dragon mode evolves 2 basically.
Yeah.
And then you have this delay on the board, so if they try to remove your dragon mode, you can just go into another Imperialdramon on top of it.
And that feels bad.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just basic Imperialdramon stuff. You have the memory gaining DNA Digivolution, XVmons and Stingmons, and then a couple of other XVmons and Stingmons.
This is a really solid deck. This is one of like of those decks that I think could take the whole tournament.
Yeah.
Especially with the new option card, and even with one of Paladin mode you can search it, and this deck draws a lot.
Yeah. And you can go do your DNA Digivolution things super cheaply if you have at least one Davis Ken on the board. So you can probably go from like 1 memory to your DNA Digivolution without even passing a turn in certain situations. So that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, it is. Because your Vmon from BT16 gains memory, your Wormon from BT16 evolves cheaper, then you have the BT12 pair that has the end of turn DNA Digivolution, then you have the Promo Vmon that evolves for cheaper, and the Davis Ken gives you memory, and
then
XVmon and Stingmon gives you memory, and that's not fair.
You can basically go from like, you can have the Vmon that gains memory when your other Digimon evolves or is played, and then you play with Davis Ken, another Digimon. You maybe gain memory from there, then you evolve, and then you evolve again, and then if you have the end of turn, like end of turn DNA Digivolution, and you had to like Stingmon and XVmon, that's already like you get 2 memory back.
Yeah.
And then you get 1 more memory from the Davis Ken, and you're like at 1 memory again, and you just did ridiculous things.
Yeah,
and then you can
use
the new Imperialdramon is super annoying.
Yeah, and then you can use the option card.
Yeah. The new Imperialdramon is like, I don't know who was thinking that yes, this must make all of your opponents' stuff not unsuspend and not unsuspend.
Yeah, and the partition is really annoying.
Yeah. I think this Imperialdramon is like the best card at using the partition.
Yeah.
The other cards that have partition are like, whatever.
It's not as scary, but because Stingmon and XVmon gains memory, you are like, okay, you killed my dude. Okay, I gain 2 memory again.
Yeah, and like you need to get rid of all of the pieces.
Yeah.
In like one action, basically, if you want to do it.
You need 8 crimson places.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah. And then Imperialdramon is facing the Omnimon deck, DNA Omnimon deck. That is one of the most strange deck in the current meta. This feels like Akubond and Gabubond again, but together.
Yeah, this is something else.
Yeah. There is Ukkomons, because Ukkomon is really strong. There is the new rookies that have the end of turn DNA Digivolution inherit. Then there is some Alteras stuff, the Gabumon, because you can search your Greymon and Garurumon pieces.
Right.
And then because your Metal Garurumons can evolve on top of Gabumon.
Yeah.
So you can evolve on top of the black one also. And then you have more Gabumon names with that. Then there is Agumon from BT12 to search your ties or tie-in name, Tamers and Greymons. And you have 9 Tamers here. And you can search all of them with the Agumon.
That's a lot of Tamers.
Yeah. The new Greymon is really strong and really weird at the same time. I really don't know.
Here it can be Agumon or Gabumon.
Yeah, I really don't know what to think about that yet. The Miraculous Mega Knight is like the Omnimon option. It's like what? It's like the Imperialdramon option, but for Omnimon. If your dude would leave the battle area, you can just DNA Digivolve to Omnimon from your hand with the would-be deleted guy.
Yeah.
So, fair and balanced. Then there is the secret rares from BT14 and BT15 to act as another copies of the Megas.
Yeah, and you can warp on top of Agumon or Gabumon in certain situations, so...
Yeah. And then there is one Omnimon X antibody pocket, because I do not own any alter bees. It would be great, but Omnimon X is also a really strong card.
Yeah,
it can finish off your games easily. You can like DNA to Omnimon on, blast DNA to your Omnimon, then you can swing DNA to Omnimon X, swing, trash 1 with the War Greymon unsuspend with Metal Garurumon. Does Metal Garurumon unsuspend?
Must be. It's a blue card.
Yeah, that's my thought also.
What else could it do? It must have unsuspending.
Yeah, unsuspended. Yeah. So you can trash 2 cards from your opponent's security and unsuspend and do 1 check, and then you can just swing for game. Because this is also kind of like Rookie Rush. It plays 18 rookies. So
that's that.
And then there is also the tie-in mat from BT5 that gives you security attack +1 if you're Omnimon, so you can really like OTK your opponents sometimes. But yeah, these were the 4 decks today. We have 4 decks left and we are going through them tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. Leave out a comment. What do you think about these decks, and do you have like a favorite deck from these, and what would you hope to win, or what do you think will win? We have not filmed more than like 2 games, so we don't know anything more than you.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will see you at the next video.
Bye.